YouTube. Had to call real quick. So basically, what's on my mind, I did a video, but I didn't release it. So I'm going to finalize that video and what I'm saying right now, tie it all in one. The video I was doing earlier was about being worried. And in the stressful time and situation that we all going through dealing with this economy, where sometimes, torta, we're dealing with these times, this zeitgeist, the sign of the times that we in, where you could get paid by Wednesday and by Friday you damn near broke. We become worrisome about how to pay them bills, how to basically make, like I said, the ends meet. And as my boy Big Ward would say, although my pay might slow down, you know what I mean? Like my brother was saying, you can't afford to get 35 hours this week. You need all 40. So everybody need as much money as they could get. And this is where I want to influence people and want to give people another way to look at what they're going through so they won't be worried. My pop sent me a video about what's my boy that wrote the book, Nightingale. And he was basically saying that you shouldn't be worried. And that's what my boy Big Ward, shout out Big Ward, the genius, man. That's what Big Ward was basically saying. And I want to just give you guys like some stuff on y'all mind. You feel me? So y'all can pick up what I'm putting down. And just understand that you're going to get through what you're going through. You know what I mean? You don't know how, but you're going to get through it. You know what I mean? So I would tell you, don't spend your time on worrying, but spend your time on coming up with a game plan to try to adjust as much as you can to this economy, this inflation, and all this stuff that we're dealing with. So basically, I would tell you, prep. You know what I mean? Stack it to the rafters. That means that buy and store as much things as you can. So just to give you a small little method of a tactic that you can use, because inflation is the way it is. If you see something on sale, let's say usually is one for every four. You know what I'm saying? If they gonna give, if they basically gonna give a 3 to 5, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna put it on sale, 3 items for $5 instead of 1 for $4. Well, then jump on that. Store it up as much as you can. And I ain't saying that you gotta break the bank, but I am saying that if you put one foot behind the other and just start to do something, and I know in today's time we living in, it's like when everything can go bad, it will. So even though you come with a tactic on this thing, you got this coming up your ass on your rear, on your 6. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with this, and you don't know how to, you just took it out. Now you got to deal with this. You Usually, this you deal with it every, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So also try to save some money, right? Also try to save some money if you can. You know what I mean? Put some money to the side for a rainy day. They say that the average American don't have an emergency fund of $400. So this is why I'm telling you why I'm telling you. So, and when you don't feel like you have options, that's when you feel like you got tunnel vision because you can only see stuff one way. You only got blinders on. You know what I'm saying? When you can see it from different perspectives, you can look from down here, you can look from up there, you can look from over there. You feel me? And information, right? Like when I tell y'all, when you look at the word knowledge, it's know the ledge. You know the ledge before you plummet to your demise. So this is why you must gain knowledge on always improvising the plan on what's gonna be the solution to the problem that we're dealing with. So this is basically why I'm coming at y'all today. You know what I mean? We got tariffs. We got people getting fired from their jobs. And I'm talking about real life stuff. I'm not talking about the distractions. I'm talking about the pain. You know what I'm saying? People losing their housing. We got so much going on. So you must be stoic, right? Keep a level head. You don't want to get too excited. You don't want to get too sad. But you always want to take a deep breath and try to be reserved as much as you can so you will have emotional intelligence when you stepping into your next situation and circumstance, right? And you know, if you look like me, you already know. We've been dealing with the ends not meeting, almost happened to rob Peter to pay Paul. Sometimes paying these bills, things of that nature. And sometimes we have to exercise things that we don't practice in our community. Like one of the biggest ones, stuff wouldn't be as worse on us as a people if we wasn't so divided. If we could practice group economics, we could make our dollar go a little bit farther than what it's going. But again, we so divided, so that's why we not able to basically practice or subscribe to the ideology of practicing group economics the way that we should. So, in this, you know, Tupac Shakur said, I know it's hard to survive and it's a setup, and even though you're fed up, you got to keep your head up. So this is just my keep your head up message today. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go to YouTube University and start to learn how to edit my videos more, so they could be more entertaining to watch. I'm not sure if y'all just appreciate me just sitting up here just talking. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm just like implement some type of news source for y'all to keep y'all informed. You know what I mean? Because as they say in the streets, man, make your next move your best move. But only if you can, if you are fully informed, can you make the best move that's possible for you at the time and the situation and the circumstance, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So yeah, man, keep tapping into the channel. Let me know what y'all dealing with out there. You know what I mean? What your family dealing with. What is people in your community dealing with? I work at a school. I'm a master of custodial arts. And currently, right now, the children are on spring break. I'm on my break right now, on my lunch break. And that's why I just decided to do this little content right here. But, um, you know, what it's looking like where y'all at? You know what I mean? What problems are are y'all looking at? You know, and maybe if we can come together and put our head together, um, as they say, two heads are better than one. Maybe we could bounce ideas and information off one another. You know, as part of this Be the More community, and we could, you know what I mean? We could find some type of solution to this madness because, man, my pops was talking about it earlier about shout out to my boy Julian over there at Nature Jab. You know what I mean? Um, the boy said he gonna blast off to space using plastic waste. He said it ain't waste, it's a fuel. You know what I mean? Um, that gives us hope because that changed our perspective. It gives us many different options to look at the situation of us getting around without no fuel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy uh, Wes Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Um, Moses Wesley. That's what I believe the brother is. They created the machine that pulled the water out the ear. He sent one to Flint. He put something in Mississippi. I believe when they was going through that water little thing, or maybe it was Alabama. One of those down south. But we don't have to depend on the powers that be, the rich, those that control the assets and the resources. We could come up with new thoughts, new ideas, new ideologies that will help liberate our minds, right? I, the poor circumstance that we are with resources. See, once you start getting resources, you accumulating things. Now you don't need to ask because you have for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking to the people, always trying to bring information, always trying to kind of just holler at y'all, man. See where y'all head at, see where y'all at, cause I don't be in the best of the mind spaces all the time, and that's when the worry come in. You know what I'm saying? That's when the devil creep in. So it's your boy, man, Be the More, man, coming at you with another one again, man. Just tapping into my YouTube family. I said I was gonna be making more videos. We gonna be having more content coming at you. We gonna be more on a a more. I'm gonna get more acquainted with y'all. That's the word I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna talk about this, man, because as I get older now I'm becoming the elder of the community. So I just want to lace the young people. We see so much going on in the world with households, with our communities, with our cities, with our states, and with our nation. So my message is we all we got, man. I don't want to focus on the division of the different nationalities, but I would hopefully one day have people understand if stuff go wrong, we all we got to depend on. I don't believe that the powers that be is gonna come for the little people. So at the end of the day, the little people, the poor people, the working class people, regardless to whatever nationality you are, we got because we gonna suffer and go through the thick of it together. All right, man. Be the More coming at you again. Peace.